All right, so it's a recording. So you are screen sharing. Is anything about recording? Oh, yes, it's recording. All right, so let us try again. Um, so we have this time, let us kick it off with, I guess I can kick off with a -2. Let me see, -2 plus 5, and probably I can put in bracket 7 -3, and then put plus, I don't know, plus 4. All right. So we can have that as our number one, and then number two, let's kick it off again with some minus, so -5. Probably make it interesting, put another minus, then put 2 times 3, put another minus. All right. So you can try these out and tell me what you get. Or we can work it together. I'll give you a minute to try the first one. That's a minute. Probably that's too much. 30 seconds.
For number one, is it 18?
All right, so you got 18.
That's 16 for number one.
16, nice, nice. So we're getting some numbers. Anybody else? Nothing else? All right, so let us try.
Sir, correction from 18, 24.
24. All right. All right, so let us try and see. So remember, let me put BODMAS somewhere to remind you guys what's going on. So we're gonna apply BODMAS, right? So BODMAS says to work out the brackets first, right? So we have this going on. The first things first, we get 4. So that's what's in the bracket. So this is 5 times 4, and then we can rewrite everything else. So you have to do that first. Then no, this is like the questions that we have been doing. So this is no problem. We know that we're supposed to do the multiplication first in this line. So the next line now we can rewrite the -2. Here we get 20. Then we'll have +4. Then you can do the addition. Well, you can think of both of these as addition anyway. So you can do these two or these two, whichever you want to do first. Let's do the one closer to the front. So this would give you 18. And then we'll have 18 plus 4. And this gives us 22. So somebody had said 22, right?
No. Yeah.
Hello?
No, it's 24 the person said.
24, I'm saying. I got 22, but I didn't answer.
Okay. All right. So everybody see how that question is done? Is a question that you can write down if you were not sure how to answer it. You can make some jottings. And make some notes too. Remind yourself that you need to work out the bracket first, right? And then you multiply. And of course, you do the rest, like normal. So make some notes. What about this one, number 2? Anybody? Give you guys 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
-13.
-13, okay. All right. So when you ask me now, I don't know the answer when you ask. When you tell me the answer, is after I worked out. So, you can't say confident until we work out the question, right? So say -13, sir. Yes, that is it, sir. -13. All right. Anybody else? All right, I guess this one kind of not so hot.
1, sir.
1,
-1.
-1. So we have -30, -1. Anybody else?
-13.
-30. All right. So I guess we can try and see what is the first thing you would do in this question. Everybody, what's the first thing?
First you multiply.
First we multiply. All right. So first we multiply. So we know what to do first. First we multiply. So I'm going to attempt to do this in a different color. So this is, and everybody agree that this would give you 6. We multiply and we can rewrite everything as before. All right. So at this point, it's just a matter of just knowing how to add and subtract, right? I think the black looked a little better. All right. So what should we do? Can we work these two first and see what we get? What would we get here?
You add it and you keep the sign, so you'll get 6.
-6.
-6.
All right. So everybody make a note of that. So this is going to the left of to the left of the number line. So you go negative and then you take another step again. So you get -6. So you take another step to the left, right? So that's another way you can think about it. Or you can go back to the charge example that I gave before. So you would have 5 negative charges, 1 negative charges one negative charge. When you combine them, you get 6 negative charges, right? So that's another way of looking at it. So we write 6 now, then -1. So we have -6, +6. What do you think? What do these give you? -6, +6. Anybody? Anybody? You leave me out.
So you end up with 0.
0, yeah. -6, +6, 0. You have positive, same amount of positive charges as negative charges. When you cancel them out, you're not going to leave back with anything. And then now say I have 0, you have 0, -1. Just -1, right? And that's it. So I want you guys to get into the habit of the number line as well, because you can't go through maths and not appreciate the number line. So in the question that we did before, this one up here at this point where we had the -5, -1. So let me see if I can write this properly. So this -5, so you start from 0 would carry, of course it would carry to -5. No hard work there. And then no -1, you go again 1 step to the left. You end up at -6, right? So the -5 carry here and the -1 carry right here. Cool. For this over here, everybody understand 6 -1, right? But I'll write it nonetheless on the number line just for you to appreciate the number line, right? So I just put 6 and then I put 5. I don't know what goes between here. So if you were to just focus on this alone, right? Right, just ignore this part. Just focus on this alone. We get 6 would carry us to the right, 6 to the number 6. And then -1 would take us to the left, right? That's how we get 5. Now for this down here, we'll have the 6 plus 6. Think of it. The negative 6 carry to 6. And then the positive 6 carry back to 0. And that's where you get 0. So if you think about the number line, or think about the questions and how they relate to the number line, this is what's happening. This is another way of thinking about it, right? So I think you guys have 3 ways of thinking about integers, you know, and these are positive and negative whole numbers, right? So that's what they name. So these negative and positive numbers, they're called integers. So I'm just making you know some maths. Some people don't even know what they name and still pass CXC, right? But who knows? You may just want to do other things, other mathematical things after you're done. So it's good to know. All right. So I can delete this. Everybody have it? Hello?
No, not yet, not yet. Don't give me.
Okay.
Jeremy, can I ask a question?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you get the 6 back right here. The 6 plus 6. So you get it back right there.
Say it
I
again.
know. All right. The 6. The 6 take away 1.
Oh, this one?
No, man. I understand the two negatives.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that one. You have to get back the 6. You know,
But the other
the
6, you're not
the 6
understanding?
yeah, the 6 on the
Alright.
right side.
Okay,
That
remember this?
one
Remember 2, 3 is 6.
is
All right, and we'll just carry it back.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe because of all of the lines them all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, I said. So, all right. Thanks.
Yeah, man. All right, so let me know when you guys are ready. Mhm.
Hello.
Are lining up to delete, so let me know.
Are you hearing me?
What I realize that is inconsistent with me is that I'm not following the bracket. So I need a beating for that. Why if I'm not getting the answer them correctly. Because I know you're telling me the rule, which is the BODMAS, and I'm not following that. That's what I,
With practice, yeah, so after this, I'll try and find some questions because I usually have like a whole heap of questions. I've been trying to find them, say about 40 questions. And what you can do is use sometime later, probably do 10, 20 of them and do the rest over the course of the week. You know, 40 questions should have the point home, if not 80 questions, right?
so what I should do, sir, is do it constantly to you or just do it for, you know?
Normally they have the answers on them. I always try and find questions online where they give the answers at the back or the end or something like that. So what you do, you just work it, and then you look and check it with the answers. And if you really don't understand where you went wrong, then let me know, right?
Yeah, man, all right.
Guys, you don't finish right off it?
Yeah, finish right
Okay.
off.
Okay. All right. But remember to tell me, I can see when your pen just stop writing.
Okay.
Mhm. All right, so I'm going to delete it now. Everybody good with that? I guess everybody good. All right. Give me a second, please. All right, so let me find my pen now and see what's going on. All right, so another example. Try and make up something. Let us make it spicy. So let me see how you guys handle something like this now. There's supposed to be a plus sign. All right, so I guess I can call this question one. Though it is question one, but let's call it question one. Any ideas how to do something like this?
Divide. Start by divide.
Well, remember, work with the bracket first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Noted.
Mind it, if you divide right here, if you stick to all the rules, more than likely you'll get the answer. Correct. But I just want you guys to stick to the rules because the rules always work.
All right.
Right. So again, so this is 3 minus 1, we'll have 2. So we just work that out. We'll put the -2 times, because when a number is set up like this inside a bracket, it means multiply. We'll have 8 divided by -2. So there are another set of rules that I haven't mentioned as yet, but I was just checking to see how much you guys remember. So -2 times 2, what do you think the answer should be?
What you said?
-2 times 2 is what?
2.
-4.
-4. Sorry.
-4.
All right. Problem. So we have -4. So you guys remember that bit, right? When negative and positive is still negative. So let me put the rules
Yeah, they're
right
equal.
real quick. So the positive
Yes.
times positive equals negative times positive equals negative. And if you do the other way around, it's still negative. But when you come to negative now times negative, you get positive, right? So this is something you can write down. That's noteworthy. All right. So thing is though, you may ask, sir, why never divide first? Why you multiply? And I would tell you, in this case, you can actually multiply this, and then you can actually do these two same time. You can multiply here, and you can divide over
I got
here.
-8. I got -8.
Oh, you got -8 overall. All right. But before I even do that, let me stick to the rule.
16.
You got 16? All right.
-16.
So I'm going to follow the
No,
rules
16.
exactly. I'm not going to multiply that
Not
yet.
negative.
I don't want to confuse the thing here, right? All right. All right, that's a confusing thing. I don't want to.
All right.
Yeah, so let me just write this back. I work on this first. until I feel that everybody is comfortable. So what about 8 divided by -2?
4.
What about -4?
-4, yeah.
Yeah. So we get negative,
-4.
right?
Yeah.
So you can also just replace these multiplication signs with division signs and it works the same, right? So just remember that. So I'm not going to mention, I'm not going to write it. I figure more or less you guys can just rewrite it and just change these multiplication signs to division and everything else is the same, right?
Okay.
All right, so let's remember that. All right, so we have this now. Now we go and multiply. So we have
-4
-4.
16.
plus -4.
So I have -4 again. So what we're getting now,
-8.
Add it and keep the sign 8.
right?
-8.
Is that the answer?
So that's how we do this question, right?
Okay.
All
You
right.
got the answer already.
You say get the answer?
Yeah, it said -8.
Oh yeah, you did for real. All right. So we're getting more comfortable with these kind of questions, which is really good. Write it down if you, I think it's noteworthy if you want to write it down. If you write smaller so I can not delete so often. Everybody have this, I'm going to delete it. All right.
Yeah, you can do it.
All right, so let's try another one. Let's try change this in question 2. -3 divided by -1 plus 3. Let's try 5 minus 7 and leave it right here. Cool. Try this one real quick and tell me what you get.
Sir, -3.
-3. Anybody else?
Oh.
-3.
So I have 2 -3s coming up. Anybody else? All right, so let us work the question. Don't see anybody else. Anything.
So me get 1.
1. All right, no problem. We'll see what's going on. Sharika, I see where you ask questions in the chat. Why not unmute the mic and ask the questions? Because it's hard to go between the screen and the chat window. Sometimes I miss it, when I'm
Sure, I got 7.
7.
Yeah.
There should
Four. Yeah, 4.
yeah. So you can whenever you have a question, just unmute your mic and ask because you're not gonna miss it. When I'm focused on the screen, I'm not going to see the chat. And then yeah. All right. So let us try the question. So we know that we're supposed to work what's in the bracket first.
Mhm.
So we know that straight up. So let's do that. This is what? We need a -2.
Mm.
This is really a multiplication. So this is 3 minus 2. And then we'll have plus, whether that. We can write all of these things back. Guys, the next thing, make sure that when you're writing out the solution, you write it line by line. So one line under the other line. So make sure that you write it neat. That somebody else looking at your book, what you write, they can understand. Right? So sometimes I find that people write all over the place. So it's all this, they put like a -2, or here, then put another number. And then before you know it, them just get the answer at the bottom. No structure. So please make sure you have your structure, just as we're doing it, right? All right. So the next one is the division. So we're saying we're doing it little by little. We could even do the multiplication in the same, at the same time as we do this, then we do this and write the solution here. But I'm going to do it little by little still. So -3 divided by -1 is what?
-1.
Sure. Think about it, -3 divided by -1.
So you get a +3.
3.
+3.
Oh, -3 answer.
And now we have 3. All right, so now we work on this side now. What we get?
6. -6.
-6, right?
3.
And then, so you may say, sir, oh, you have a plus and a minus sign at the same time. Well, I can come like so. And you'll understand this mean 3 plus -6. And I can think of it as 3 minus 6, right? But the thing to remember is that the number needs its sign. It's not complete until you put the sign there. So it's -6. So 3 minus 6, which is -3, right? Anybody say -3? I did hear a 3. I remember.
Yes, 2 of us said that.
Okay. So good stuff. So this is a question you can write down for sure. Try to understand what is going on.
So, sir, as you said earlier, because I made a mistake
Hmm.
at the 6 where you put there. So at the minus sign, if the number is bigger, then you're supposed to minus.
Yeah, keep the sign. So you take the difference and keep the sign. Yeah. All right. So write that down. And then I'm going to do another one. So we're doing good. I think there. I have to make sure everybody are participating. Let me see. Things I don't even know your voices. So good.
Okay.
All right, but more or less, everybody is part. Well, more or less, people are participating, so that's good. All right, let me delete again. Probably can delete this thing over here.
Yeah.
So bring it some more. Make this linger a little. All right, so I think I've been doing really well. We're going to try another example. It looks like I can touch some fractions today, which is good.
Okay.
Which is really good. Let us see. So let us work one more of these type of question and see if we can move to fractions. I think this is supposed to be a 2. So let us go to 3. All right. Let's try some more at this time. Let's try -4 divided by 2 -7 multiplied by -1 in bracket 4 -5. They can try this one.
What's that in the bracket, sir?
Oh, 4 -5.
Thank you.
Let me see if I can write it. Look at this one. See. All right. Anybody?
Not yet. One.
Mm.
I got 5. I got a positive 5.
-5, -9. Sorry.
Okay, -9.
And positive 5. That's all I got.
All right, so we can try. Anybody else working? Need a little more time?
Yes, please.
So you heard I said positive 5?
Hmm?
Positive 5.
We'll see. So we have some fives. We have positive. I'm hearing 5, -5. I hear a 9. Somebody said 9.
6.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. -9.
Is 9. So this one is the one with the most I would say it's very different, right? As in everybody have different answers. All right, so let us see if we can figure out why everybody answer seem to be a little different. So we know we must work in the bracket first. So if you know we never work in the bracket first, maybe it's possible that you could get the question wrong. So this is -1. And then we'll have -1 again, multiply -1. So let me just rewrite everything. Okay. So let's divide. So when we divide, we get a -2. Right? Because we have -4 divided by +2, we get -2. And then let's rewrite everything else. So I'm making sure I'm working step by step, little by little. Now, when you look, we have a couple multiplication going on. So I can do everything one time, or I can do it piece by piece. And I'm going to do it piece by piece. So let me do these two first. So negative times negative is positive. So I'll come back with just +1.
Mhm.
All right. Continue. -7 times positive 1, it's still negative 7. So we're here now. And the answer is negative 9. Somebody said negative 9. Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So guys, the ones who got 5, what's the issue? Is it look like a somewhere around here? So like the 7, I don't have the 7 as positive.
Sorry, it's
7.
because you did the negative first instead of instead of multiply before you subtract.
That's
And
what you
I
think?
sub
No,
yeah,
let me
that's what
work that
I did.
over. Let me work it over in a different way, because I don't want you to think that certain things it should, once you're doing the math properly, and any way I approach it, you should get back the same answer. So let me clear this and let me hear what you're saying properly. So hold on a second, let me get the right thing to out. So help me know where you say I would have done it slightly different.
I did the multiplication first, which is the 7 multiplied by the negative 1.
7 multiple. Okay, all right, let us see, let us see. So we're at this line. Let me try and connect it up with this line, right? So we have -2, -7, -1, -1. You're talking this line, right?
Right,
All right. So in the next line, so you say what you did was to do this first.
right.
All right, let us do that. If we do this first, I get a positive 7 and get the -1 right here. So, and then when you multiply again, you get -7, right? I remember I tell you, when you're faced with a situation like this is really just saying +1 times -7. It's still negative, right? So by your finish, you get -2, -7, which is -9. Right? So the same thing. Some may even say, sorry, don't confuse the thing. If you say the negative, if you say +7 times -1, just put -7, because that's what it is. Really, you don't have to put the plus sign here. You can just say, okay, -2, -7, which is down here, and get the -9, right? Undo that cross over. All right. Yeah, so you should get the same answer. Good stuff. So I think all we need to do now, or all person need to do now, is just more practice. So we're not going use the entire morning to just do these kind of questions, because I guess the syllabus big, and we start late. Usually, maths class by the church would start as early as September. Yeah, like maybe the second week of September. Now we're at November, right? So what you guys have to do is to work really hard. I'm not sure how many persons plan to do the exam next year. Everybody plan to do it next year? When I say next year, I mean May, June.
Yeah.
2021.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yep.
good stuff. So as I said before, it's just practice, right? So let me clear. You guys finish writing?
Yeah.
All right, so let me clear this off. So in terms of registering with because I don't know how things went this year now, in terms of registering by the office, the what do I call it now? Are you doing it by the church? How it go when you register for the subject? The church would you fill up some application and what the church do it for you, or how it works?
Sir, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Finish what you have to say.
Okay, sir, I filled out an application and then that was it.
Okay. So I guess they will get back to you guys, because the whole sign up with when you register for the subject and you pay the money for the subject and so on and so forth. All right, I guess after the class you can look into that deeply because I don't know how things.
Well,
work.
sir, when I went down there,
Mhm.
I paid the registration fee, I filled out a form, and all I did was give them my email. So if anything was to come up, they would send it to my email. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah. So there, I got everything on the number.
okay. All right, so I'll follow up and see what's happening this year as it relates to paying for the subject and so on and so forth. I guess after the class, but please just, this is very important. I don't know with all the uncertainty this year, and how things are. Just make sure you're on top of that, guys. Nobody, don't want anybody get left behind. All right, so moving right along. Um, what's next? Fractions. What I'll do is to give you guys a 5 minute break. Usually when um when we would have you know do this class at church, we would try and give some 5 minute, 10 minute breaks.
Mhm.
Um, because all right, so my handwriting is so hot, but it's will improve. All right, so I give you guys a 5 minute break or a 10 minute. Make it a 10 minute break. It's what 10:36 now. So we have been doing maths. So 10:46 can come back. But fractions is next. Don't go too far now.
All right.
Killing my vibe by changing your mood. Killing the lie by telling the truth. You don't know me and I don't know you. No, 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 babe.
Break time is over.
Here.
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay.
There.
Yes, sir. Waiting on you.
Okay. So now to break the two short. um, um, so let me see. I guess everybody is back, and I assume that everybody is back.
Yep. Only for me. I don't know about anybody else.
All right. So we're gonna sort out the fractions. So this one, hopefully you guys remember. So we're gonna look at some simple fractions. I'm not going to go into like from the very beginning and so okay, this is a fraction, this is a improper fraction and a mixed fraction and whatever. In doing the questions, I'll highlight, those points, you know, and then we can take it from there. Ask questions and you learn as we go along. All right. So let us start off with a question. Let's start off with a simple one. Let me try and make up one. What about 2/5 plus 1/5? Something as simple as this. Any ideas how to do something like this?
Find the common factor, Hassan.
I said find a common what?
You don't have to do that because you have
Yes.
the same denominator.
All right, I
You
said
just
somebody
add
The
the
same
common factor.
denominator, yeah.
same
You add
denominator.
the 2
So
plus the 1 and put back the 5.
okay, so what's the answer?
3/5.
3/5. Excellent. So that's it. So once I have the same denominator, then that is as easy as it gets, right? Same denominator, you're good to go. Put back the denominator, which is a number at the bottom, right? For those who don't remember. And then the numerator, number at the top. You just add them. All right, so let us try another one. Let us try, put one right here, and then 2. What about this one?
1/6.
1/6. All right. So it's a start off with.
I'm not seeing it now. Is that my connection drop? No, I'm seeing it, sir.
Okay. So we all agree 1/6.
Yeah.
All right. Suppose I was to do, let me see, 3. What about this plus this?
1/5.
1/5? You sure about that?
Yeah.
Or you get the, or you get the
It might be the denominator.
2/5.
5/6.
1/6?
5/6.
5.
5/6.
2/6.
2/5.
5/6.
I hear a whole heap of different answer. What's the answer?
5/6.
2/5.
Mere
5/6.
2/5.
5/6.
5/6?
Yes.
All right. How you know it's 5/6? What you did?
Because the
Alright,
denominator is 6.
denominator.
We found a common factor for the 2 and the 3, which is 6.
Okay. So, all right, let us try that so that everybody appreciate what is happening, right? So, Let me see if I can find this cursor. All right.
5,
So we draw the line, and the LCM, which is
6,
one multiple, right, is in this case 6.
6,
So 2 into 6 goes
3 times,
3 ones, 3, 3 pairs.
3,
3 into 6 goes,
2 times,
and then we get 5 over 6.
over 6.
Now,
Yeah.
anybody saw what I did there between question 2 and 3?
yeah.
Anybody say anything? Any observations?
The numerator for the denominator.
Hmm?
And the denominator for that one is different. It's not the same. So you would find the common denominator to go into.
You interchange the numerator for the denominator.
All right, I see you guys trying, but what I'm looking for, the observation that I'm looking for is this. Check this out. Look what I'm going to do to question 3. I am going to put, what's the answer for that? What's the answer for this one that I just write?
1
1 over
6.
6.
1 over 6.
1 over 6. Excellent. But you realize that question 2,
Oh,
the
you
answer
divide it
is,
up and bottom.
the answer is 1 over 6 too. All right, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Hello? All right, good. So what I did really was to just look back on question 2 and just bring it down to its lowest term, right? So this 3 over 6 is really a half, and this 2 over 6 is really a third, right? And
Yeah.
I just come up, I just put them like that, and then well, and hope that you guys recognize that this half, this right here is just a multiple of this 3 over 6. The 1/3 is just a multiple, a 2, well, 2 over 6 is just a multiple of 1/3. 3 over 6 is just a multiple of a half, and you get the same answer. So what you would call these fractions here, these corresponding fraction, the half match up with the 3 over 6, and the 1/3 match up with the 2 over 6. These are referred to as equivalent fractions, right? So a half can be written as many things. Can be written as, let's try, I don't know, 2 over 4, can try 3 over 6, can try, and the list goes on. So all I keep doing is adding the top and the bottom by 2, right? Um, well, Well, you can start with a half. Let me explain it a better way. Start with a half and just keep multiplying the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So let me use a over a. So a could be anything, could be 2. So it could be 2 over 2, which would give you 2 over 4. It could be 3 over 3, which would give you 3 over 6. It would, so as long as I multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number, then you'll get the equivalent fraction to a half, right?
Okay.
So that is just a quick concept we learn while we do these questions. Let me try. Hold on there. There's some noise in the background. All right. So hopefully that point was made good. We can look at 1/3, and it's the same idea. If you have 1/3 and you multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number, I don't know, whatever that number may be, could call it x. 2/2, that would be 2/6. 3/3, that would be 3/9. Is the same 1/3, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let us move right along. What can I delete? Can I delete up top?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Delete. Okay. All right. So we see where we have to be mindful that when the denominators are different. So let us go again. When the denominators are different, we have to find the LCM. Sometimes what I do is similar to finding a common denominator and stuff. But sometimes I have a question that is so long, or it's not really it has a fraction in it, but it wouldn't fall under the fraction part of the exam, right? It kind of sounds weird, but if I give you an example, say I have a half.
Okay.
And say you have, I don't know, say I have 3, say I have, yeah, let me just leave it right here. Now we know that this is 3.5, so maybe this is too simple. And try to put something else in the mix. Say I have 2/3. All right. So sometimes without having to go through the whole, I'm going to take out this 3. I want to make it simple. So it's really a half and 2/3. So without, sometimes they do have to go through the whole, all right, draw the line, and then LCM is 6, and then 2 into the 6 goes 3 times, and you go through all of this work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get 4, and you say, all right, the answer is 7/6. Now, you could just look on it. This is when you practice a lot and you feel comfortable, so don't just run in and you're not comfortable. You could look and say, all right, I know that the lowest common multiple for 2 and 3 is 6. I need to find a number that carries this denominator to 6 and another number that carries this denominator to 6. And I just remember I need to multiply the numerator and the denominator with that number. So for example, let me clear the board again. So you see to the point. So you can say, all right, the number that can carry this to 6 is 3. So I'm going to multiply the top, the numerator, and the denominator by 3. So if you say, all right, so this is a half, multiply that and that by 3. And then the number that carries 3 to 6 is 2 when I multiply it. So 2/3, the number is 2. So I multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2. So by the time you finish, you get 3/6, and you get 4/6. Common, say you have the same denominator now, and you get 7/6. So essentially, that's what you do when you do this over here, when you draw the line, find a common denominator and stuff like that. But sometimes you can just look and say, all right, what number do I need to multiply, the denominators to get to the lowest common multiple? Well, you just find it and you just multiply just as I do here, and you get it. So don't worry if you don't get this right away, but you may see me do it later down. because we just want to get to the answer sometimes. We don't want to go through all of this, you know, drawing this line and so on and so forth. All right, so let's appreciate that you can do it that way as well. All right, so don't worry if you don't get it, we'll go back to the regular way. We'll delete all of this. All right, so we have an idea of what we're supposed to be doing. We know that when the denominator is the same, we are good. And we know that when they're not the same, we try and find the LCM, and then we'll work out the question, right? So let us go again, this time with a subtraction. So 2/3 minus, and I think we did something like this, so maybe I can say minus 1/5. What should we do here? What's the regular way? What's the LCM?
15.
15, all right. So I was a 3 into 15 goes. Hello?
5 times.
5 times, yeah. That would be like class same way, you know. We don't want this at
10.
Okay. Then we get
3.
7/15.
15.
Right? So how you guys feel about these fractions questions so far? They feel like, you know, it's not too bad. You're remembering.
It's coming back to me.
It's coming back.
I'm remembering.
Okay. All right, so let me give you one to try. Try this one. Let's say we go like so. So I'm going to give you about the same thing right here, but then I'm going to do this and add a half. Let me see how much you remember. Try this question.
What's that? 1/5? 2/3 minus 1/5?
Yeah, 2/3 minus 1/5 plus a half. So I'm gonna write it again. So 2/3 minus 1/5 plus a half. Let me see how you tackle that.
Twenty-nine over 30?
29/30?
Yes.
Anybody else? Hello, anybody else?
31 over 30.
31 over 30, okay. Mm.
29 over 30.
The numbers are coming in. Hmm?
$29/30.
All right. All right, so let us try. So we'll draw the line. LCM, based off what everybody's saying, is 30. So we'll say 3 into 30 goes
10.
2 times 10 is 20. Then we'll say, okay, minus. So 5 into 30 goes
6.
6. All right. 2 into 30 goes
15.
15. All right. So we have all of this to clean up. All right, so 20 minus 6 is a 14. And then 14 plus 15 is 29. So we get, so I guess I'll just work it here because I already work with top already. So 29 over 30. Good stuff. Hopefully, now this is the part that is very important. So I set it out, make sure you set it out nice and clean, just as this is. Because, you know, you don't want to have the solution scattered all over the place. They don't want to be, and this is a mistake I see people make. So for example, they focus on working the two, I guess you could say the two fractions, the two first fractions. Well, I'm writing it back out. So they work out the two first fractions, right? Which nothing is wrong with, you know. Nothing is wrong if you work these two out, these two first fractions, you work out this part, and you set the answer aside and then you work out this part. You add the answer of this and this together. Nothing is wrong with that. Issue that I find is that persons just don't lay out the solutions properly. So you may see a situation where you have this written up top, and then you see the answer, you see where they just ignore a half, they put like an implication sign, they work this out, where do you know the answer to that, right? Let me see. I think it's the same thing, just above. 2 over 3, 1 over 5, 7 over 15. So what they'll do is to come and they work it out. So they draw a line, they put 15, and you have the 10 and you have the 3 right here. So, and then you see 7 over 15. And then you see 7 over 15, and then a half. And then just imagine that this line is here, and then the 30. That into that goes 2, 14, 2 into that goes 15. So what happens is that it kind of confusing because they don't clearly tell you that they're doing they're adding the first two fractions. They do it clearly. You just see a number drop at the bottom and you say 15, but the half is still here. So somebody looking at it may think that, or the examiner may think that, oh, are they saying 15 is the LCM for 3, 5, and 2? When that is not the case, right? But that's what they write it out, and they put 7 over 15, and then you see the half reappear, added back to the 7 to the 7 over 15, and then you see the 30 now as the LCM, and then the final answer. And the thing about it is that oftentimes they'll get it right. You see the right answer here, but the work, you know, is very misleading, right? You know, so make sure you set up your thing properly, that it is clear that you're adding the first two numbers. Even to put some verbiage and say, adding the first two fractions. Whatever you need to do to make it clear. Right? And then you write the solution, and then now you add that half to the answer. So that's making that point. It's something that I see too often, and I have to stress it. People getting the answers right, but when you look at the solutions, you would have never figure out what is going on. Right, so let us move on to another question. Okay. Hopefully, you guys understand the point I was making. So like that chicken want to do some math class too.
Now you find somebody who says something, you know.
Wow. All right, let's just run along. All right, so we'll do some addition and subtraction. Let us make it interesting.
Oh God. Oh God.
Right, so we're getting closer to 60 type questions. Closer, we're inching closer.
Mhm.
So, anybody remember how to do this?
Nope.
3 and 3 over 3.
Hmm?
3 and 3
Time.
over 3.
So you group the whole numbers together first.
So I'm hearing two things. So somebody said group the whole numbers together. So you will get
And
what?
I'm telling you the answer.
Oh, yeah, tell me the answer. No, man, I don't want to answer more. How
Oh.
you do it? Tell me how.
You add the whole number first,
Well, I'm not
and then you
cleaning
add
it.
the new.
Yeah, add the whole number first. I'm cleaning it up in a second. Add the whole number first. So 1 plus 2. Say add it, yeah?
Three.
Then the denominator remain. Oh, it's 5. I thought it was 3.
It'll be 15. The denominator would be 15.
Yeah. 15.
Mm-hmm.
One.
And then 3 into 15 goes what? What time?
5.
5 times, sorry, 5 times. And 5, yeah, 5 2 is 10, sorry.
10 plus 3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
13 over 15.
13 over 15.
All right. Good stuff. Now I'm going to show you another way that you may, and this is to turn the mixed fractions into improper fractions. Some people prefer this way. It involves some work, but we'll get through. Let me write it again. All right. Oh, and to note, an improper fraction is one where the numerator is greater than the denominator. So if when you pass maths and everything, when somebody asks about improper fraction, you can tell them. Say not just pass. You have some other knowledge. You can know the thing.
Cool.
All right. So 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2
Mm-hmm.
is 5.
Mm-hmm.
5 over 3. So then now you convert this as well to an improper. So 5 times 2 is 10
10,
plus 1.
11. Mm-hmm.
Then you go back to the same process.
15,
15. Bring to that. 5 times 5 is
5, 10, 25. Oh.
32.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a
8.
bigger number.
Where are we at?
How much times 15 can go into 58? So that is a big question.
So you're gonna divide it two of them, but
So I guess
class, no, you're gonna divide the 58
by the 15. Yeah, man. Because when you have it like this, so improper, the numerator bigger than the denominator, you try and have it like a mixed fraction, right? Where you have the whole number and a proper fraction, which the numerator is smaller than the
Sir, we can ask one question, sir. How you get the 11 right there? That's all I want to know.
Oh, no problem. So to convert this mixed fraction to improper fraction, let me circle it. What you do is
5 to 10.
Yeah.
Plus 11.
So 1 is
111.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So let's see. So when we say, all right, 58 divided by 50 now, we get 3, right? Remember, so not that we're cheating and looking on this side, because we know it's 3, but 15 plus 15 plus 15 is 45.
45.
Right? And then you can say, okay, 58 minus 45 is 13. So we have 3, 13.
13 over 15.
So that's how it works. So just remember, so you have 15 divided by 58. That go in 3 times. You know, it's a long time I haven't do
Long
the long
division.
division. Yeah, it's a long time. Okay. So you have 3, the whole number, and then you have this, the divisor. Put it here, and then you have the 30, the remainder up top. All right. So we're good. So that is how you would work. So these are the 2 ways. Now what you find is that when you work it this way, you run up into some bigger numbers oftentimes when you try and convert the mixed fraction into improper fraction. You run up into some big numbers. And then you have to come down. Usually you have to come down to converting to mixed fraction again and stuff. So, you know, why persons prefer this way sometimes is because of something you'll see later, right? But I'm not going to show it now, but you'll see. But at least you're aware of the 2 ways. Adding, just working out the whole numbers first, putting it down, going through like normal, or you can convert the mixed fractions into improper fractions and work it like normal. So you have the 2 ways that you can decide which one you want to choose. All right, let me know if I can delete.
Yes, sir.
Right. Good stuff. Let's try another one. So this one is trying to make it look like a CSEC type of question, but probably I can't do it as it. I need to teach you how to do multiplication of fractions and division of fractions, right? So let us jump in. See if you remember this. Say I have a half multiplied by, let us say 2/5. How would you do a question like this?
Oh.
Find the common multiple for 5 and 2.
Or sir, do we cancel down the 2 like numbers?
Yeah.
So for instance,
No, we can do it.
Cancel the 2 of them.
Yes.
And I get 1/5.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, this is multiplication sign. So don't mix it up with multiplication of fractions. Right? So that means I'm actually put the heading. All right. I'm right, not the best, but you get it. All right, so we have, so that was one example. Let us put several more. Right, so example 2. So we have 2/7 multiplied by, say, 14 over, say, 15. Right, so that's another one. Then put another one. Wait. So work it out in your head and we'll look at it. I just want to put, you know, 13, 14 multiplied by 7 over 3.
Some tools.
So we're gonna get around to these one at a time, but I want you guys to try even the first two, try number 2 and number 3, and see.
All right, sir, for number 2 is the answer 4/15.
All right, we can try and see. Anybody else try number 2 yet? Give others a little time.
4/15.
So,
Sir, for number 5 is at 16/18.
yeah, 16/18.
Okay.
Number 4 is 4/2.
I'm done.
And I'm seeing number 5 or something. For number 5, is that what? 16/13? 16/18? 18. Number 6 is 7/9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm finished.
All right. So the hope is to finish shortly though. So hopefully next week we start on time. The class I have it slated for 9 to 12. Reason being is that so usually there are 2 o'clock.
Homework that?
Hmm?
Is homework that?
No man, we're gonna be no. Come back to stuff, no time, man. So just making you guys know that even though it's a 3 hour class, it's not going to take 3 hours all the time. But I would rather you keep the 3 hours um for the 3 hours in your mind for maths class, because some Saturdays will work harder than other Saturdays. So depending on the topic, sometimes we just have to finish that specific topic for that day. And so it will go up to the 3 hours. Because of course you have to stay on track, right? Because times are against us. But we're making good progress though. So let us start real quick. What we must do here.
Cancel the 7 with the 14.
Cancel. 17 plus 1. So I'm making sure I go back to them all days. And then 17. Right? So this gives us 4.
4 over 15.
4 over 15.
What about this one? Yeah?
Cancel the 7 with the
I
14.
don't put none of them here.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I don't put none of them.
All right. So what I got you? So the way it's set up is that you usually try to cancel. All right, think of let me try and remember. Think of like an X. Like this? Like an X. Right? So what you do is to try and see if you can cancel first. You cancel the diagonals, meaning that you say, okay, you see a number, you see these two numbers, you realize that 7 is a factor of both numbers. So it's a 7 into itself, 1, 7 into 14, 2, right? You realize that when you look at this diagonal, there's no factor that can go into 2 and 15 without leaving a remainder. There's nothing. So we just leave it alone. So it's all right.
You can go into 14 2 times.
2 times. And so we're going to say 1 time, and that's all you can do. So you say, okay, 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 15 is 15. And then you try that over and over and see. So in this case, number 3, you go again and see if there is any opportunity to cancel across. And of course, guys, they can also cancel numerator with denominator. So I'm making it seem like that's not possible as well. So again, 7 into itself 1, 7 into 14, 2. What about 13? Can 13 go into 52?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It can't without
4
leaving a
times.
remainder.
Times, great. So 13 into itself 1.
1. And 13 into 52. 4.
Right.
4, yeah.
And then say 1 times 1 is 1.
1.
2 times
4 is
8.
Right?
8.
All right, so we'll try it again. We'll look and see. Can we cancel? Cross? Yeah, 3 into itself 1. 3 into 12 is 4. What about 11 and 22?
2 times.
2 times.
So 11 into itself 1. 11 into 22 is 2.
2
So I have 1.
over 6.
1 is 1, and then 4 times 2 is 8.
Sir, excuse me, back to number 3. Where did you do with the remainder for the 13 that the 13 into the 52? Because
Sir, it doesn't leave a remainder.
Doesn't leave a remainder?
No. Because if you multiply 13 by 4, you'll end up back with 52.
3. 3.
Hello?
Yeah, 4.
Yes, sir?
Oh, all right. It's so like somebody working on something by themselves. They're talking too close to the mic. All right. So we're working on number 5 now, right? Working on number 5 now. And let's see what we can do. We'll do this cross multiply thing. Again, we'll try that.
Yes, sir.
What we get? So we get 1 here, we'll get 8 here.
8, yeah.
But sir, we can further divide that down, the 8 and the 18.
Correct.
Can we further divide that down?
Yeah,
Well, I'm on track then.
yeah. So what
Good.
would you use now?
I would say 2 into 8, 4.
Yeah.
And 2 into 18, 9.
Correct. So 2 into 8.
18.
My bad. 2 into 8, 4, and then 2 into 9.
2 into 8, 18
9.
gives you 9
Right? So you get 4
over 9.
All right. So that one, I hope people appreciate that one. Maybe I need to work it over.
Sir, the back 5 I'm saying again.
Yeah, that one may need a do-over. Because we have been cross canceling, and now we actually cancel the numerator and denominator. I'll actually use okay. So before I even put a multiplication, I just want to you can cancel down these numbers to equivalent fractions that are much lower, you know. So that's a bring it to the lowest term. So we can cancel it down. So for example, just as we did up top, we can say 2 into 16, and that would be 8. And then 2 into 18, that would be 9. So this is 8 over 9. So you must appreciate that 16 over 8 is the same as 8 over 9. Yeah?
So you have to find a number going to without leaving a remainder.
Yeah, exactly. Going to both the numerator and the denominator without leaving a remainder. All right.
Okay.
So it have to be both of them. All right. So going back to the question, now, number 5. Let me see if I can scroll down. Somewhere here. All right. So I think the question was 16 over 18 times a half. Does that it? I think so. And then would it say 2 into itself 1, 2 into 16, 8, and then we reach here, so, and then we say we're going to cancel both the numerator and the denominator. We're going to use 2 to reduce it further. So we say 2 into 8 goes 4, and then we say 2 into 18 gives you 9. So at the end of the day, you leave back with 4 times 1, which is 4. 9 times 1, which is 9. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got it. All right. So let us do number 6. Maybe I don't have time for number 7. But let's do number 6. Number 6. We look again. Can we cancel this way? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
3 times.
Yeah. 9 into 27, 3.
Right. Oh, that's good. Right.
7 into 35, 5.
We have 1 times 3, 3.
3.
Times
3 over 5.
So we have. All right. So lastly, it looks like we can work number 7. All right. So real quick. So cross again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
2 into 2, 1. 2 into 8, 4.
4.
And then 5 into 5, 1.
And 5 into 15, 3.
Right. So
But that's not improper.
All right. Cool. So let us end right here. When we come back, we finish off around we finish off fractions. finish off fractions. So the next topic would be the in fractions would be like division, fractions, and we can mix it up a bit and put some BODMAS with it, BODMAS with fractions, and then we can take a look at some algebra, right? And that should, well, algebra is so we'll look at algebra come next class. That class is we can't miss that class, right? This one, if you have an idea how to do fractions and BODMAS, then maybe you could afford to miss this one, but not the next one. All right. So I think it was a good session. This tablet pen thing really worked nicely. Yeah. So any questions before we cut? Any comments? Anything?
No, sir. Good so far.
It was really good, very good.
All right, great.
The only difference is I would have to practice with it. Have to do with the bomb dust, the bracket, and yeah.
Okay. So what are
And graphite, kinda.
Okay. So hopefully later today, between today and tomorrow, I'll send some homework questions. And as I said before, it's really for you. I can't mark everybody thing. So what I will do is to find questions that have solutions at the end that you can check for, check your answer. But if you really can't, it's like sometimes, even if you get the answer, sometimes they don't show the work, So if you get the answer, you're still wondering why you can't get the answer, then those are the questions we can look at together, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, please remember to add me to the WhatsApp group, please.
Okay.
Okay, your name is?
Shauna White.
Shauna.
I send it to you in the chat privately. I send the number to you privately in the chat.
Okay. All right. So I'll make a note of that. All right.
Okay then, sir.
So next week we'll keep in touch in the group and
yes, sir.
Work, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
All right.